Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Alright, I think this is probably my last cutting session from eastern Arizona rocks that I picked up on the hunt. Let's walk through these real quick. So, this one, it's got a pretty interesting window showing some really cool banding. Looks like it's surrounded by host rock. So, how do you cut this? Well, I can cut parallel to that right there, hoping that's what I get. Or, do I have any other options? I could cut it at an angle, like through there. I think I'm going to make a cut this way, behind this entire piece, and see what we get. Alright, I got another little one here. It's got some cool banding showing, along with some moss agate. So I think this is mostly going to be moss with a little bit of banding on this top section. So if I just cut it through here, we're going to get a good moss face with a little bit of banding on top. Alright, not sure about this nodule. Obviously I'm going to cut it parallel to that window, and we'll see if we get anything, or if it's just a little bit of agate showing on that outside edge. What I'm hoping is I cut this, it stays together and it's hollow, and it's got cool banding around the geode center. So we'll cut through it here this way. Okay, get this out of the way. Alright, so I got this kind of a long, thicker in the middle. It's like a wedge shaped, almost like an orange wedge. Does not show promise on that end, but it's fairly dense and heavy. I don't know. I could cut it long ways, or I could cut it short ways. I see a little bit of purple showing there. I think I might risk it and try to cut this one this way. We'll see. Okay, and I got another one that's similar shape to that one. Again, it looked really good when I picked it up on this end. This backside though, once I cleaned it off, looks like it's just going to be a little bit of moss, or maybe that dark inclusion stuff. You can see where the line is between what looks like agate and what looks like host rock. But again, I'll cut it this way probably, and we'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky and there'll be some banded agate in there, I'm hoping. Alright, last up, I got this huge nodule. Again, on top, the banding and the color, not banding, but the husk looks like a possible agate with a little bit of color in it. But as I turn it, the bottom side doesn't look as promising. Like it might be that moss stuff. So this might be a half and half agate, half moss, I don't know. So I'm going to try to find the thickest part of this to cut. I want to get the shop lights on it and see if there's any fractures. There might be a fracture right there. It's hard to tell how deep these fractures run when you see them on the surface. They could just be in the husk. But yeah, we're definitely going to cut that one in half and hope for the best. It has some promise. This could be a really great one, or it could just be a big dud. I'm hoping for a really great one, but only one way to find out, gotta cut it. So let's go get these on the saw, get these cut open, and we'll see what's on the inside. Hope for the best. Be right back. All right, back from the saw. Start with this one broken pieces. So let's take off these pieces real quick. So it looked like it was going to have some banded agate around the outside. Purple. And then this little piece popped off. Rest of it cut. So let's see what we ended up with. I'm going to get this wet. And a whole lot of what I'm guessing is just a calcite or some softer type crystal with maybe some host. It's got some saginite sprays in it, but I don't know, maybe this side would be worth polishing just to see the contrast between the little bit of agate and the different colors in this. You can see the kind of a saginite spray there. Still got a little bit of oil on it. All right. Not really what I was hoping for. Okay. Got this little one. They had that showing. I got a good cut right where I wanted it. I was hoping this would open up into some more of that. Maybe a hollow geode. And all right, well, it didn't really open up into the banded agate. It did have a little bit of a geode, just a little agate. The rest of this is that moss. It's kind of pitted. It's pretty. Got some good reds in it. All right. Not terrible, but again, not what I was hoping for. All right, this one I just assumed was going to be a mix of maybe some agate with moss. Let's see. Oh, all right, well, this one had more agate than the last one. It does have some moss. It is fairly solid. It is pitted in some sections, but I bet that would take a nice polish. It's got an interesting banded pattern with some snowflakes in there. Yeah, that might be worth polishing. It's pretty cool. All right. Getting better, getting better. Okay, 3 left. So this one had an interesting pattern. I tried cutting this one just outside of that window, but I unfortunately just clipped it. Just clipped the edge of that window. Oh, yeah. Man. A little further back and I would have got a full face on that. That is pretty though. Does have a healed fracture in it. Got some purple color in it. Still worth polishing. And then this one, I got the full face in it. Yeah, that's nice. Definitely polish that one. All right, that is pretty cool. Especially these little plumes or whatever these are in the middle. All right, 2 left. So, for whatever reason, I decided I was going to cut this one right down the middle like this. Kind of broke a little bit down on that end, but let's see how it came out. Oh, wow. All right, I can clean that up. Ooh, I'm not sure what this is. It might be calcite, but oh, I'd love to be able to clean whatever this stuff is out with a little bit of muriatic acid, but if I do that, this stuff might dissolve too. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave this one alone for the time being. And maybe just face polish that. It is really cool. Now this side's cleaner. So this must have been the top. Yeah, there's a fracture right there. Hopefully that doesn't break off. But if it does, it's not the end of the world. Oh, that is really pretty. Nice druzy botryoidal interior. Oh, that is really cool. Yeah, and I didn't really think this one was going to be much. It's a lot nicer than I thought. Wow, very cool. All right, last up, this big behemoth. Let's see how this turned out. So yeah, I thought if this was solid agate, it was going to take me a long time to cut. Cut really quick, so I was a little disappointed in that, but this is why it cut so quickly. Did have some banded agate around the outside, all the way around. Got a good full pattern. I don't see any fractures. The quartz looks nice, except on the interior, it's got some crud. But the crystals that are showing are really nice. I don't see anything that worries me about putting this one in the acid. So I think I might dip this one. And let's look at this side. Same with this side. Very nice crystals on the inside with some crud. So, all right, got a really nice geode with some decent agate around the outside. All right, I'm good with that. But let me take this one and soak it and see if we can't make it a little bit cleaner. If I can, I'll be right back. And I'll add that to the end of this video. All right, let me go check it out and see. All right, I'm back from cleaning out these geodes in the acid. So I did decide to go ahead and try to clean this out a little. I'll tell you about it when I open this up. So, boom, that's what we're getting now. So I got most of it cleaned out by basically just putting some muriatic inside of here, letting it sit for a few minutes. I didn't want to get a lot of it on the outside of it because I thought I might erode that away. But this is the side that was really bad. Cleaned out most of it, so it came out pretty good. Don't know if I'll do anything further with it other than I'll polish the outside of this at some point. That'll make a nice specimen. That is a really cool stone. All right, so let's show the one that I intended to clean out originally. So this one, I just dumped this completely in a tub of acid and let it soak for a little bit until it stopped bubbling. And this is what I ended up with. So yeah, I pretty much cleaned that out really good. So this is gonna get polished at some point, and that's to look really nice. Banded agate around the outside. Now we got a clean crystal pocket. Those crystals are really nice looking. And then this side, just smudge. Cleaned out pretty good. That's gonna look really nice, polished up. All right. That's it for this video. I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye.